Hi quilting friends, I'm Edyta Sitar from Laundry Basket Quilts. Welcome to Quilting Window Live, and it's Thursday and it's a perfect day for quilting. And speaking of quilting, I have a ruler. The ruler name is Alaska, and I have to tell you, every time I take this ruler, I'm loving it more and more and more because I can make so many beautiful projects. And so many of you are working right now on one of our blocks of the month. And today, in our show, I'm gonna show you how you can use the Alaska ruler to help you achieve a really nice results and help you cut your pieces in our Silent Night block of the month. I hope you're gonna enjoy the show because it's full packed. I have new items from Laundry Basket Quilts. Behind Erin, a little sweet surprise. We pre-cut our Juliet kit. And if you want it, you can go ahead to our website and get one of those pre-cut kits. It's one of your favorites, I know it. Then we're gonna have a beautiful trunk show. And like I said, wonderful lesson about how to use Alaska ruler to make a tree. It is going to be so much fun. Now let's start it right away. Why Alaska ruler on my mind? Because lately we had a similar design, Low Frontier, what it's using the Alaska shapes for our Low Quilts Club. If you are not member of our Low Quilts Club, or you are thinking about it, just go to our website and join us. We have so much fun in our Low Quilts Club. Every month we send out pre-cut or regular kit with pattern, little goodies, and this past month has been just wonderful, and Low Frontier has been a top on the chart of the slow quilts. This low quilt is completely pre-cut for you. The border is the only thing that you will cut it. It's super cute, so beautiful. And guess what? With this quilt, you can practice the Alaska ruler and Alaska technique. Today I'm gonna show you a block, but then I'm gonna show you a tree block, how to use it and how to cut it. So the Low Frontier is adorable. The size is 22 by 22. If you join in our subscription, you can get as many quilts as you want it, and then you can sign off for a few months, catch up if you need to, join back in. So don't worry, if you have already joined once and you want to rejoin us, you can do it anytime. We welcome everybody, and Low Quilts Club is one of my personal favorite. I know it's gonna be your favorite. And you know, today as one of my door prizes, I'm gonna use this little kit, so that way somebody that wins, and I hope you're paying attention, will enjoy it as much. If you want to learn how to use Alaska ruler, I have a really good video called Frontier, and in this video, the regular one, and this one, the video also will help you with your Low Frontier, with your Low Quilts Club. In this video, I went over 3 blocks in the quilt that are like beginner, intermediate, and advanced. So you learn how to cut, how to piece, how to enjoy your Alaska ruler. And the Frontier, we also have a beautiful kit. It's perfect for the holidays in red and green. It is so beautiful. I highly recommend it. If you want to learn how to use Alaska ruler, watch the video, get a kit, and start making beautiful Alaska blocks. The Alaska design is one of my original designs. It's based on kaleidoscope block. I designed this many years ago, and since then I have chose many color options for this design. We have a rainbow Alaska, we have a blue and light, English garden, we have so many, Christmas one with Noel fabrics. We have so many beautiful options. Right now we have 2 options available: Alaska Rainbow in Twinkle collection, and we have Alaska English Garden as a pre-cut option. Yes, we completely pre-cut the quilt for you. There are 12 blocks in the quilt, 12 different block designs. Each block you make 4 times. Only the center block you make 1 time to get that kaleidoscope look to the quilt. Each package includes 4 blocks This kit is completely pre-cut for you, and so many of you have not heard about Alaska yet. That's why I chose this topic for the show today, because we get so many requests and questions about it, how to do it, what are the good steps. The best way is to watch the videos. I have a video for all 12 blocks on our YouTube channel, or go and watch the Frontier one where it just shows you the 3 blocks for a smaller version. In the large quilt, you have the 12 blocks design, like I said. Each block you're gonna make 4 times, what it's nice practice. With time, I have changed some things about the quilt. There are times that I push my seam allowance one direction. Sometimes I open my seams to make the quilt even more flat, and it's work for some of you better than pushing it one directions. That is going to be a choice you have to make when you start making the quilt. And with your first block, I always do that for myself. With my first block, I start pressing, and then I look at it and I think about it. How am I going to quilt this quilt? What benefits are going to give me pressing the seam to one direction or leave it open? So I know you are making those choices too when you're starting a project. The English Garden Alaska is so beautiful, so delicate, really nice feel to it, and it has a beautiful pre-printed patchwork border with 6-point stars on it from English Garden collection. So much fun. But I know you also excited about maybe doing Alaska as a block of the month. And I just want to remind you, we do have one coming up. We started one in January. It's our Alaska Dalia. This program is ongoing already. You cannot sign for that one. We're totally full. I'm so sorry. But guess what? In the horizon, we have Alaska in Sewing Bird coming out, and this one comes out in September, and it is stunning. I'm telling you, you have to try it. So this one, as a block of the month, when you signed up in September, you're gonna be receiving blocks for 12 months, and with your last shipment, you get the border and a binding. I highly recommend. So many of you are super excited about our Stars Upon Stars. Yes, we have this coming out as a block of the month in September as well. This quilt doesn't use the Alaska ruler for piecing or cutting, but you could. I have a template that we're gonna be sending out for our customers with this project. But if you do want to cut, you could use Alaska ruler because it's so easy to cut the diamonds, and the ruler is so handy. You would absolutely love it. I maybe show when I do a videos for this one, I'm gonna show it how to use the Alaska ruler, as well as I want to remind you, Stars Upon Stars, if you were afraid of Y seams, this is going to be one of the projects that we're gonna show 2 ways to make the blocks: Y seams and just regular piecing with half square triangles. I showed you that last week and you were super excited. Now for this one, you don't need any tools or rules, because this is Michigan. It is completely pre-cut, and this is another one of our blocks of the month. This one comes out in July. If you wanted to sign for this one, go right now to our website, because we are almost sold out of this one. It's made with our beach house collection, and it is stunning. Now, for everybody that loved our virtual class, yes, we have another class coming out. We're gonna announce the class next week, so you can start signing for it. But for everybody that took the class with our mini pints, gonna love this block of the month. You're gonna be making rows for 6 months, and you're gonna achieve this beautiful quilt. This starts in August, and it's again from our sewing basket collection, sewing bird collection. In July, we are starting our pineapple block of the month. I know so many fun choices. You can have more than one block of the month happening. And I know with block of the month, every time you get the package, you finish your block, you're ready for the next one. You may be thinking, I could do something in between. What it's nice about our blocks of the month, we don't ship them always beginning of the month. We have them staggered through the month. So if you signed up for one block of the month that comes at the beginning of the month, you maybe want to sign one in the middle of the month. So that way you have something fun to do. Now, speaking of fun to do, our Anna's Baskets block of the month, it is incredible. You loved it in our seamstress collection. I know you're gonna love it in our brand new collection, Farmer's Daughter. And just a little thing for you guys, if you are signing up for this, make sure you pay attention, and when the fabric comes out, and you can pre-order already actually, get enough for the backing. And if you want to do more borders, you're gonna fall in love with every single piece that is in this collection. This one comes out in December, so you have a little bit of time, finish other projects, sign up for a block of the month, and again, it's gonna be completely pre-cut for you. I'm super excited for this one. So many nice blocks of the month. We have few other designs that we're gonna be putting out later on in a year for our blocks of the month for Farmer's Daughter. That collection is one of my favorite, and I know we have 3 months there will be other designs coming out, but that cannot stop you from signing up for our Anna's Baskets, because it is the best. Now, I love beautiful projects, fun patterns, and last year we did something super fun and exciting. We did a Valley Ranch quilt along, and we did this one as we were going back to school. So the kids went back to school, and we took a fun lesson in making this Valley Ranch project. If you're interested in this project, we have it on special this week. Valley Ranch, we have pre-cut kits and we have regular scrappy kits. So again, if you wanted to and you missed it last year, we have few kits left, and you can go ahead to our website, grab a kit, and take the lessons. There are still all the videos, all the blogs, everything is still on our website. And with a pre-cut kit, you can have so much fun this summer. So Valley Ranch is super beautiful. It's made with our Twinkle collection, and the quilt is 70 inches by 70 inches. It was so much fun to work on this quilt with you guys. Many of you have chose the scrappy option for this project, and we do have few of the scrappy kits left. For this option, you are cutting your own blocks. It was just wonderful to see you achieve such a great result. So I'm super excited and happy for you guys that you get a little special on it now if you have missed it last year. Now, I love simple quilts for the summer, and for today I chose the Colorwave quilt. I love this project. It's so nice, so exciting. I was a lucky girl that I was gifted this quilt. My dear friend Debbie made it for me for Christmas. I quilted it for myself, and I'm loving this quilt, and I can't wait to show it to you. Colorwave is such a pretty quilt, and we do have a kit that it's packed in a beautiful box. It's so full with all the fabrics. You will cut your own fabrics for that one, but guess what? You can do that. Make sure you press your fabric with Fresh, what it's a fabric with Crisp, what is our fabric spray. If you want to, you can pre-wash the fabrics with Fresh, what is our fabric wash. We have it on our website. So that is a Colorwave. Now, you guys are loving it, my Babcha quilt. This one becomes one of our timeless quilts, just like Alaska. You have your favorites on our website, and we do have a Babcha square kit. And this one is also made with our Twinkle collection. We do have a pattern. You get the pattern and a kit on our website. The kit is so full, and I opened it up and I thought, oh, I'm gonna pull all this fabric and show it to you. There's so many beautiful colors, plenty of fabrics to make beautiful block combination. You will have so much fun working on that one. Now, one thing for this quilt is you can follow the picture on a cover for some of the color combination, but I also highly recommend create some of your own because with that you're gonna be learning how to combine fabrics, what goes with what. Use your color wheel. Remember, it is nice to do it because on a color wheel you can see what are nice color combination if you need 3 fabrics for one block with a little accent of a 4th one in the center. So 4 fabrics together, nice blocks, you can do it. Now, Alaska ruler can be used for so many fun projects, and one of my favorite projects recently is our Dalia star. This one is pre-cut, so you're not gonna use Alaska ruler for cutting, but what you could do is, there are little, I have one open, so I'm gonna show you this one, and somebody's gonna win today, one of the rulers. So when I open my ruler, there is a point right here. Those are my sewing points. So when I'm working on a difficult quilt like Dalia Star, and I need a little guidance where to mark my sewing points, my 1/4-inch seam allowance, I can use those points to mark my pieces, and then it's so much easier to sew. And also when you finish a unit, you know, once you piece a unit, you can use a ruler like this to check if the angles are good. Do you need to trim? If it's too big, it means something did not go right for you. You need to check your 1/4-inch seam allowance. And if you need a little help, make sure you email us at customer service because we love to hear from you. And I just one more time want to remind you, we're changing some things on our customer service. If you have questions, if you have any concerns, best way, email us or call us and leave a message and we will call you back. So right there, Dalia Star could be that perfect quilt for you for the summer. And again, we do have pre-cut kits on our website. Oh, so many beautiful, beautiful things. And you know, sometimes when you have beautiful things, you maybe would like to go ahead and look at some lovely towels that are inspirations from those beautiful quilts. And one of our towels that I have for today is from our Valley range. Another one, and I'm gonna save that one for a door prize. That is gonna be great door prize. Another one that we have is this one right here, and this one is our babcia. Notice it from that beautiful quilt. That's another fun summer towel if you would like to have it. And of course, for our Juliet, since we're celebrating the pre-cut kit that we just put on our website, I have also a towel, kitchen towel, that is printed with that design. We are so excited about the towels because you guys are loving it and buying them over and over again. What it's so nice. Spread a good word for us, share with your friend. Amazing gift, especially when you go to a summer picnic, you want to bring a dish, you can wrap it in a nice quilted towel and enjoy it with your friends and your family. Just like our Dalia Star, you can use the Alaska ruler to mark points and help cutting for our Dallas quilt or our Wild West quilt, because there are some units with diamonds and it's nice to check, mark, and especially for our Dallas, I noticed I loved it that I had that smaller ruler for that inner circle. When I sew my strips together, then I had to cut it, because guess what? On an Alaska ruler, you don't have to look for 45-degree angle. It's right here. So you just lay your ruler, cut, 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 keep moving your ruler. And I'm gonna show you some of the cutting for those 2 other projects that I have. Now, Alaska has been such a wonderful design, and the kaleidoscope block, it's such an amazing design that I love working on many different patterns for this one. And speaking of working on the patterns, how many of you are right now joining us for Carol Quilt Along? Let's don't forget, right now we just started this first week. On Tuesday was your first video and first blog post for our Carol Quilt Along. If you are not joining us in, go to our website, get a kit, start it up. You can join us anytime for next 4 weeks. I'm gonna be making blogs with you for Carol Quilt Along, this beautiful quilt that I showed it to you last week on a show. Now also, I do not want to for you guys to forget, but we are getting ready for our mystery quilt, and I just got a word this morning that all the patterns are done. We are getting ready with the videos and everything for you. It's gonna be such a beautiful quilt. It's a larger quilt, so you're gonna be able to use it on your bed. You know, some of our quilts we did a little smaller, some were, you know, you can use it on a twin bed, but this one is a nice big one, 90 inches by 90 inches, all based on 6-inch blocks, and I cannot wait to do this quilt with you because I'm gonna talk to you about something that we have not talked yet about it, that you always asking about it, and I know through this quilt we're gonna learn something, because you know, when I do mysteries, every time I do mystery, I try to share with you fun lessons. So for example, when we did Pennsylvania, we talked about flowers in quilts, different flower blocks, and we made a beautiful quilt together. When we talked about, we sometimes focus on the fabrics. Sometimes we focus on the blocks. And with every single mystery, I try to share with you something that I think it's important to you. So with this next mystery, I know you gonna wanna join us. Even if you're just watching, collecting the patterns, using your own fabric, I just want you there because that way I can answer so many fun questions for you about another things that it's important in quilting and making quilts, and we have not talked yet about it. So a little mystery for you guys. So remember, Quilt Along for Carol. We have a mystery coming out in August, and we also have blocks of the month that are starting quite a bit. And I do not want you to forget, I'm gonna get to see you in just 2 weeks in Tennessee. On the 9th, I'm going to Pigeon Forge. So if you have been thinking about summer trip and wanting to do something fun, why don't you come to Tennessee to Pigeon Forge and enjoy the beautiful quilt show? I'm gonna have a presentation about scrappy quilts, and I'm going to teach 4 classes. So there are 4 different classes that you can take with me. I don't know if all of them are sold out at this time, but I have to tell you, many times 1 or 2 spots are open the day of a class. So don't ever forget, you can swing by the classroom and see if somebody has canceled last minute or didn't come. Things happen. You are welcome. And speaking of cancellation, we do have, I think, 1 cancellation left for our retreat in the fall. So if you wanted to, go to our website and you can grab that spot and be one of our retreaters in the fall this year. And it is amazing retreat. So come right up and enjoy it. Back to the patterns, because I want to show you how to make this block, and we have a beautiful trunk show, and then I'm gonna take your questions. So we have other patterns that are wonderful with the Alaska ruler. Montana gives you so many fun different block design. It's made in a wedges. This is a beautiful design. It is just stunning, and I can't wait to recolor this one in some beautiful poppy seeds, our newest collection poppy seeds that is right here. This is the one that we have it right now on our website. It just came in, and I have a half-yard bundle because for our mystery I recommend half-yard bundles plus background. So if you wanted to, we have beautiful poppy seed, and I thought it would be great to make a Montana with that one, or maybe even the sewing bird would be very, very nice. And I have to tell you, I got my preview yardage for sewing bird. It is more beautiful than the design. It is more beautiful than the first strike off. It is stunning. The quality of the fabric is so lovely. Endeavor does such a good job on the fabrics. If you are thinking about blue and light fabrics, save your pennies when that collection comes in. Can we already order that fabric on our website, pre-order? Sewing Bird?
Yes.
Yes. So guess
Still
what?
available for pre-sale.
You can pre-order it. You can just go ahead, buy it, and as soon as it comes in, we will ship it to you. It's one of my best collection by far. I love the drawings in it. Love the colors. It is beautiful. Another fun design that you could use those fabrics in it and our Alaska ruler is simple kaleidoscope block. So that one is so much fun. I have the quilt on the top, can't wait to show it to you. Noel Star is stunning, easy to cut it. You do a strips, use the Alaska ruler, and template is always in a pattern to kind of guide you for the measurements. You can glue the paper template in the back of the ruler if you don't want to look at the numbers. That one is fun. Then another one is Expedition. This one looks so beautiful, and I recently saw somebody made it on Instagram, and she put beautiful big flowers in this area. Also, if you have applique blocks, like we talked few weeks ago about our spring sprouts, you could use this as your sashings for your applique blocks, and you can put them right there. Super fun. This beautiful quilt is 70 inches by 70 inches, and it was made with our gorgeous collection called Cocoa Blue. It was so stunning, and again, it uses the Alaska ruler. If you like larger blocks, this pillow is a perfect one for you. 19 inches by 19 inches. It is so cool, and it's just one Alaska block. And speaking of larger projects, we do have large templates for 12-inch blocks, and we have a pattern and a beautiful, beautiful kit. If you want to make this quilt, this one would be 92 by 92. So it's the same kind of design in blue and light, but a larger blocks. The blocks in this quilt are 9 inches. Those are 12 inches finished. So a lot of to choose and pick. If you're doing the larger blocks, I do recommend get the larger pattern because it does help stay accurate with piecing, with the strip sizes. You can use Alaska ruler or templates to cut, but you want to have the measurements for your strips that you're cutting from. We do also have a regular Alaska for anybody that don't want to pre-cut kits. Those are so much fun. Now, I want to tease you just tiny bit here. With these cute things, because you're gonna be asking like, what other blocks can I make with Alaska ruler? So right here on this page, can we see this, Michael?
Yes.
Wonderful. So right here on this page, you have like the simplest one that you can make with Alaska ruler. Now then we're moving on to the next one, and you have done this block with me. In Prism, I showed you how to make the block. Super fun and simple. Then you start getting a little bit more advanced with adding diamonds to it. Now look at how different the blocks look when you reverse some colors. Now you can do half-half. You can have just plain blocks and some diamonds. Look at this wonderful block. What about your strips are on a side? You are spinning beautifully around and around in this block, and again reversing the colors and maybe sewing some strips together, then cutting with your ruler, create this beautiful cone look block. Now if you want to make a star with sharp points, also Alaska ruler, perfect for that. This is where you would be cutting your background. Half of it would be your points of your star, and you just take the point and place it on each side. Now you can also make a basket. You ask me how. You take a strip, you use Alaska ruler to cut it. Now you have a nice angles. For the sides, you would use this part right here, and I'm gonna show you this with our block, where you're gonna be just cutting it half on each side, and you have a beautiful basket. Add a rectangle on the top, applique nice handle, perfect. Now if you want to make a tree, look at this. Perfect tree shape. You can use light and dark strips, then add a little tree trunks in the bottom, and you have a beautiful scrappy tree, or you can make a solid one. If you ask me how I made this roll, all that I would say, Alaska ruler. I took an Alaska ruler, cut this shape. Now for this, I took a rectangle and just trim it off, add a light, and now I have a beautiful roof. If you want to see this block, I can do it for you guys next time. Today, we're going to focus on a beautiful tree block. Are you ready? Oh, I have some few things for you to show you before I put this away. Now, you got to see the blocks. Look how cute a quilt look with all the baskets. Look at how cute it looks, houses and trees together. Isn't that fun? Perfect for the holidays. And this was just a red and green option, another color option for our quilt that I showed you before. So those are just few fun ideas for you guys. I'm gonna keep the Alaska ruler close to me, and if you don't want to use Alaska ruler, we do have Alaska templates. Those are for the 9-inch. We have a 9-inch and a 12-inch blocks. Now, we could go ahead and play with the block, and I have one sample. It's so much fun to make, super simple. Watch the video and you will be perfect making those blocks. You cut it or get a pre-cut kit, it would work great. But today I had a lot of requests to show you guys how to make holiday spruce table runner and how I use my Alaska ruler to cut this project. So in the pattern, you have all of the wonderful directions, and we cut rectangle, and in the back of the pattern, right here, you have a cute little template that I recommend that you use for trimming the pieces to get them the right size. But I want to quickly show you how I do it. So I like to start with a 4.5-inch strips, and I chose a variety of them for my tree. I shaded from light to dark. Then from my strips, I'm gonna cut the exact size rectangles then they are recommended in a pattern. All right, then I'm gonna go ahead, like for example, this is going to be the tip of my tree, right here, the tip of my tree. And in the pattern, I want to grab the pattern so you see where I got this from. So right here, in the pattern, I was recommended to cut 4.5 by 4-inch rectangle, and then I have 4.5 by 6.5 light rectangles. All right, so I'm gonna show you the first one, and then we're gonna keep going. I know you are excited about it, and so many of you are working on our block of the month, so this is gonna be very helpful. When I wanted to cut my points, I'm gonna place my rectangle, I'm gonna place my ruler, and look at how convenient. All right, look at this. That's all that you have to do. All that you have to do, match this point right on the ruler. There is a dotted line right here. You're gonna match right there the dotted line. This needs to be exactly on a point, and all that I'm gonna do is, look at this, cut it. Yes, now you're gonna say, but that's only one side. No problem. Let me place my ruler right there. And you have to trust in me that I did a good job in preparing your rectangle to give you all the room you need for later on piecing this unit. So look at it. This time I matched it exactly on the point, dotted line right there. 1/4 inch here, this is a little bit higher. You do not want to match this way. You will cut too much. You want to be right there at this point. And to remind you how to do it, you can open the pattern and double check with that template. So look at the template is right on that point, right there and right here. There is no 1/4 inch there. We want to trim it enough. We want to leave the 1/4 inch on our piece so we have it for later on for piecing. And now look at, I'm gonna take this, beautiful. I should have rotated my board so it's easier for me to cut. Perfect, nothing moved, and I'm gonna cut it Now check this out. I have my treetop just like this. Left and right, cut off, treetop. Now those gonna be just little leftovers. This, I'm gonna save it for our piecing. Now I need my background, and I need a left and a right of my background to add it to my treetop. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna place my pieces right sides together or wrong sides together, as long as they're opposite, okay? And I'm gonna cut both of them at the same time. I'm just gonna place it like this. I'm gonna take my ruler, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna match the point. Now I'm a pro in it, and I'm gonna match my dotted line. I'm paying also attention right here that the ruler didn't do something like this. This is like my double check. I always want to have a beautiful straight line right here, match the point and match right there. And guess what? Now I'm gonna cut it, and look at this. As soon as I cut, I'm gonna remove this. I'm gonna flip this open, and now I have a perfect pieces for my first row. As soon as I finish cutting, I'm gonna go ahead, place my pieces right sides together, just this way, and look at how conveniently, right here, there is a 1/4 inch. Can we see this? Yes, and right here, notice it, this matched up perfectly on a top. I'm gonna flip it to this side so you see. Look at this, guys, right there, really nice matched up. And all that I have to do, put a nice pin, stitch, flip it open, and open my seams. That's what I recommend for this one. So that way the blue goes behind the blue, the background goes behind the background. And now the next step would have been I match this side right here. Also 1/4 inch, gently, you can see this point sticking up, stitch, and when you flip it open, you're gonna have your first row just like I did, with a beautiful point right there on the top. I can tell you want to see one more practice piece. Let's cut one more together. This is our second row in a tree. There's a little bit more room up here, but the rule of thumb is the same. You just have to cut your pieces exactly as the pattern, and then go ahead and gently trim it from left and a right. So again, match a point, match right here. Oh, I could do a better job. Yep, look at this, wonderful. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut. All right, one side, then I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing. I didn't rotate, do anything. The best way is to do this and just move your ruler to the other side. Left, right, and then I'm going to have another wonderful row for my tree block. I have to pay attention that I don't cut it crooked. Perfect. I wouldn't want to do that in front of you guys. But guess what? If you do, you know, not all branches are the same on every tree, so don't get stressed too much about it, but try to be as accurate as you can. Now, once I have my tree, again, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna place my pieces together. I'm gonna lay them, that's my background pieces. I have pre-cut them according to the measurements in the pattern. I'm gonna match my ruler on a side, match the point, dotted line right here, nicely match right here. Isn't that perfect? And cut. And for all my customers, all my girls and guys that are doing right now Silent Night, you're gonna be using this technique over and over, because we have quite a few trees in Silent Night. And look at this, open it up. Now place my piece right here, so left, so right, and look at how nice. I'm gonna match on the top. Remember, it's a 1/4 inch. You do not want to, don't do this. Don't try to match point to and start sewing, because look at, if you do that, you're gonna end up too low, and you're gonna end up too low here. You have to have this overlap, and in a pattern, in a picture, I show this, but just one more time, just so you remember, right here, stitch, and you are perfect. Once you stitch your pieces, you're gonna open the seams in the back, lay them in the rows and start making a beautiful tree. And you can make as tall as this one. You can just add a tree trunk in the bottom right here, or you can keep building your trees just like I'm doing. I was working on it to prep for you guys, and look at it. When I sew it, everything lays nice. I stitch.
Hold on.
Thank you, Michael.
Second.
Right there, nicely overlap, beautifully stitched. I'm using Orifil thread 2310. On the table I have 2325 and 2370, because those are two of my favorite threads for Alaska quilt, like this, or English Garden Alaska. For this project I would use a lighter thread right there. And look at this, as soon as I finish, I go ahead and open my seam. Don't pull it too hard, gently open, press it, don't slide the iron, and then place it. Now when you sewing your rows together, of course you sewing on an angle, something could have gone off. I know myself that not everything comes out perfectly, and that's why I trim one side to show you how beautiful it is afterwards. But here you can see it, that some of my pieces didn't match. I don't match the sides. I pinched in the middle and match the middles. And so what I would do is fold it like this, crease it gently, do the same thing on this piece, just gently, so all my middles always match. Place this right sides together, match the crease, then in this case everything is matching perfectly on a side and the middle. But sometimes, you know, I had a cup of coffee and maybe something didn't work out. No disclosure today about that, whatever I was doing last night. But just stitch and then flip it open. As long this is 12 inches, you are perfect, because you have to trim your block to 12-inch width, and that's what you need. I believe it was 12. Let me double check. I don't want to tell you wrong. Yep, it was 12. I was right. So that way you have perfectly, you could trim it after you sew everything together, or you can sew your rows, then trim it to the 12 inches and then sew. Then you could match them exactly. I was rushing. I was like, this is amazing. I want to make a ton of those trees. And as I was making them, I used a layer cake. Out of a layer cake, I got 2 strips of 4.5 inch. And I was like, this is so cool, because I can make so many fun tree combinations. And I could make my trees a little shorter if I want it. Nothing changes, you just make it a little shorter. Or I can keep going and make it even longer and longer, because guess what? This is gonna be perfect for a table when it gets cold again. And believe me, it will. That happens. Winter will come sometimes. I know we just had a first day of summer, but if you wanted to, you can have a really nice big tree and add it to your fun table runners. Oh, now you know how to make it, and you can go ahead and enjoy your block of the month. Now, you have been so amazing listening to me about my trees. Do we have any questions before I put this away?
Yes, we do. Had a question come in from Pamela. She was wondering, when Edyta cut the top of the tree, she had 2 small side pieces, scraps left over.
Yes.
Could we save and use those for like, and I think it was the paper you showed with the multiple different blocks you could make. She said, could you save it and use it for that pointy star block that you had on that paper?
You know, actually, it's such a good idea. You could use those for, yes, absolutely. I don't know what size it would be, so I would have to figure it out. But look at this. You are right. You could use it for a little blocks like this. And what I would do is use this part to cut my background for here for the light fabric. So I would have to look at it up where the 1/4 inch seam is to figure out the size, but absolutely you can reuse any scraps for anything. And oh my gosh, when you just said that, what a wonderful idea to make a tiny little star and put it on the top of your tree. You will have leftovers. I actually, from the fabrics that I had I looked at the kit. This one is in green and light. We will have the blue and light kits too on our website. I looked at it that there were quite a bit of fun leftovers. So instead of a heart, maybe adding this kind of cute little star. And if you guys are good to me, I'm gonna work on it and see if I can get you those measurements and post them on our blog. Sounds great? So this is so much fun. What a good question.
And we had this question multiple times. Excuse me. What fabric collection were you using for your blue tree today?
I use the Beach House collection, and we have layer cakes for Beach House collection. And the background fabric is from our Sea Breeze collection. And like I said, we will have MOA for you guys if you would like to. On our website, we will make the kits as well to make it easier.
And another great question came in from Debbie Wolf. She was wondering, Edyta recommended marking points with the Alaska ruler. What marking tool would you recommend for marking on dark fabrics?
Soul line pencils, the pink one is so nice. I love to do it. Or do you know, I'm such a simple girl. I use a regular pencil and drop it down, mark it, and I don't do a lot of drawing. I just drop it down in the middle and just twist my pencil, and it marks it really, really nice. Speaking of fun little notions and tools, today the girls prepare for you guys some things that have a little lavender in it, and you ask me about that cute little star. You can also reuse leftovers of that star using this fun little template from Block Log, and say a prayer for the girl, the designer. She passed away, but such a wonderful designer. And every time I use the Block Log rulers, I'm thinking of her. So guys, say a prayer for her. And this one is such a little cutie, a tiny little star. And just like that star I showed you, with like really nice points. And with the Block Log ruler, you can trim it really nice. So that's fun. And then the girls also prepare for us today those little mini storage boxes. They're so nice because you can go to a class retreat, like I'm going to Tennessee. I'm gonna take some of those, open them up, and put some fun things in it for my class girls. And another things that we have it, if you're traveling, always you want to have a nice little box. And I just love those boxes. I have to always look at it. They're nice because they don't open by themselves. You have to like push it down to open, and you can put a little notions, a little things. And speaking of notions, for sure I'm gonna have to take one of those little rippers. And this one is so much fun. I don't want you to rip things, but in case you have to, there is like an eraser on the back. So when you have to pull some of the threads that are still sitting in the seams, you know how hard it is to get them out. This little thing works so good, guys. First of all, very nice and sharp, but here you can remove some of those threads, and it's small enough that I can just pop it in my little case and go and travel with it. For traveling also, cute little small scissors, and those are so happy with that little package in green, and we have them on our website if you would like to. So a lot of fun little things. Notice that my little templates could fit in here, and I could use up all those little scraps on it. But if you have an Alaska ruler, you have multiple sizes on that star. And if you're interested in that star, that's maybe our next week topic. I'm gonna show you how to make that star and how to figure out your measurements. Just give me a little bit of time and I'm all yours. Now for all my girls and guys that don't like to do regular piecing but love English paper piecing, do you guys know that we have English paper pieces for Alaska that you can use? So much fun. You just wrap your fabric around and do your stitching as you're traveling in your camper and enjoying this summer and all the national parks, and maybe going to Alaska one day. That's my dream. Yes, guys, on my bucket list, my favorite trip to go, I wanted to go to Alaska. Now, little teasers on the table today. I already put the other bundle away, but we have a new collection coming out called Quilt Essentials, and it is stunning. It has beautiful colors. Next week I'm gonna show you some of the quilts that just came back from our show, and that cute little jacket that you love so much came back too. So now let's talk about some quilts, and I have some questions for you, as you also probably have questions for me. I'm gonna start, if that's okay. My first question for you, and somebody is going to win a beautiful kitchen towel, is what is the date that I'm going to Tennessee? What is the date that I'm going to Tennessee? And this quilt called Kaleidoscope, look at how pretty it is. And this quilt is made with 3 blocks. You have the main block where half of the pieces are scrappy and half of the pieces are background fabric. I love mixing traditional fabrics with batiks. In this quilt, I use all my scraps. So notice even some of the pieces are pieced together. And what I love about this technique is I make a scrappy panel, put a template over and cut it. This is so beautiful to me because it reuses all of those scraps, and I love this batik for the background. Now the second block is only 2 main pieces, and the rest of the pieces are cut from the background fabric to mimic a border look. Now in a corner I only have 1 piece. All of the remaining pieces are from the batik, and look at how nice it hides, the seams hide right there. Once I sew my blocks together, it looks like my blocks are floating, but actually the blocks are right here, not right here. But this becomes the center of attention, and this block called Kaleidoscope. Do we have an answer for our question?
We sure do. And
love that.
I love how many people are paying attention and also getting excited for Tennessee. We've had some
Yes.
people chime in that they're going to be there, some that didn't know, so they're now excited that you're coming to the area. But we do have a winner, and Edyta is going to be in Tennessee at the Mountain Quilt Fest in Pigeon Forge on June 9th, and our winner is off of Facebook today, and that is Terry Jepson.
Terry, congratulations. We are going to be sending to you a beautiful kitchen towel. I hope you enjoy in your kitchen. And thank you for answering correctly. And I have a little surprise for you guys. On Thursday, Erin also will be at the show. So I'm coming right at the beginning of the show, staying the whole time, teaching, doing classes, but Erin is going to join us on Thursday to help me pack up and get back home. So if you want to stop by our booth, say hi, and enjoy, because not often you get to see Erin with me, and I am so happy for that. So this is the Frontier quilt. And this one is made with those 3 practice blocks. They're perfect if you want to get good in Alaska. So I love this quilt. We're making this design a little bit bigger with 12-inch blocks, but it's going to be a nice size quilt, not too big, not too small. But this one is perfect for a table topper. It's a lovely size and a fun to practice. And I have a second question for you guys. How many different blocks are in the Alaska quilt? How many blocks I have in Alaska quilt? So a tricky question, but I know you guys are listening, so probably you're gonna answer correctly. And somebody is going to win our Alaska ruler if they answer correctly. And with the Alaska ruler, you can make so many different sizes of the kaleidoscope block. Now, this is a fun kaleidoscope block too. I did not use the Alaska ruler to make this one, but I wish I had the Alaska ruler for this one, because this unit right here would have been so fun and easy to sew 2 strips together, put the ruler over, cut, and then you flip back and forth, so you get some dark and some light. As you're cutting, shuffle them between the different blocks, and you have this fun scrappy look. So all that you have to do, use this ruler, cut, and then you could make those units, add this to it, and you're ready, set, go. So really fun. I like this one a lot. It gives you a chance to reuse a lot of scraps, and it's so fun and quick to piece it together, because Also in the centers, if your centers didn't come out correctly, sewing a little circle on a center makes this quilt even more charming and helps you cover some of the imperfections or just your character to the quilt if you don't want to show it to everybody. Now, speaking of showing, I cannot wait to show off this quilt. My dear friend Debbie made this for me for Christmas. I have to open all the way because you guys have to see it. Do we have an answer for our question?
We sure do.
Already? Oh, guys, you
We
are
do.
so fast.
So many
fast.
people, and I have a feeling that some have maybe made the quilt before. So the question was, how many blocks are in the Alaska pattern?
That's
and
right.
It's kind of a tricky one because you do have to make multiples, and the answer is 12 blocks.
That's
and
right,
if
12
I'm correct,
block design.
you make 4 each, correct?
Yes, you make 4 each and then you make one of the 12 block. But there are 12 block designs in this quilt.
Perfect. And
So-
our winner is Misty Creech.
Oh, congratulations, Misty. You just won Alaska ruler. This is so great. Now you can be making all of those blocks using the ruler and having so much fun. Don't forget, all the winners, please remember to email us your address. We're so looking forward to hear from you. Now this one is made with centrally solids as well as English Garden. It's such a wonderful quilt. I love those kind of quilts where the colors just spilling. Do you have a favorite collection that you wanted to use it and make it, maybe use a little bit of solids in it to like oomph the color, give a little bit more to it? I love doing that. But also I love doing a nice scrappy quilts, and some of my scrappy quilts have darker background in them to be more misty and moody, just like our Alaska, just like my Hap to it, just like this one, Babcha, and this one, the Valley Range, little bit darker background. This one has this lovely polka dot background, and it's one of my older collections that I designed. Look at those baskets. Isn't it nice? There's applique on the border of it. It is so much fun. I love those kind of blocks, and I love 8-point star. Did not use Alaska ruler for this, but I wish I had it because the cutting would have been a breeze to cut this quilt. So beautiful. This one calls a flower box. If you like baskets, this one is a fun example of a basket that you can make. And with our Alaska ruler, this is a little bit different angle. This is 60-degree, but you could make baskets like this where you cut it and then you use this for your bottom parts right here to cut those, and then of course this background, and also sew rows at the handle. So this is a fun like an example how a little basket, I call this petite pelle, and you could be making some of those. If you want it, in Alaska, you can cut the bottom down and don't add the sides. But this is kind of like that fun little shape for a baskets. And you know, me and baskets, I love them. So this one calls Petite Pelle. It's 60-degree angle, but you could do similar baskets with the Alaska ruler as well. So much fun. I love it. And I love that some of them have little flowers in it. Now back to Alaska, and this one is made with English Garden. This is the one I was telling you about it. Look at how lovely it is. So big, so beautiful. Oh, and guys, just wait, I show you the backing on this quilt. Look at this. Our pre-printed 108-inch wide backings are so wonderful. We have some online right now. I have gorgeous ones coming out, and we have a full collection of 8 new backings coming out next year. So the 108-inch backings are so popular because every quilt you finish, you want a nice backing. And I love those pre-printed panels for a backing. It makes like a totally different quilt on the back. This one is so stunning. Now, We talked about Dalia's quilt last week, and I brought one this week. This one is made with our Century Solids collection. If you want the kit or if you want any Century Solids fabric, we do have them. They're so lovely. So here, this one is a Dalia's, and I love that lavender and blue feel to it. It feels like a watercolor. What I like about Andover Century Solids fabric, and especially for anybody that do paper piecing, is that fabric has color on both sides, and it's really, really nice. So here, our Dalia Star, that one for sure, I'm gonna show you so you see the angle right there. Look at it. So if I have to trim my blocks, so I would have been laying this down and checking, trimming, checking that everything work out great. So this is a great ruler to trim and check as you are working on your pre-cut kit. This is pre-cut. Another beauty, and again another 108-inch backing that it's just beautiful. You guys are loving this one. Yeah, this is by far one of our most beautiful quilts, but I cannot wait to make this quilt in blue and light with our songbird. I think it's gonna be just perfect for my blue quilt collection, and it's gonna be beautiful for our home. Michael, I know you think we don't need another quilt, but I think we definitely do. And the last quilt right here today is this one, and that's our Wild West. Look at this, isn't that stunning? Wow, I love this. And again, gorgeous backing on this. This one was from, it's not 108, this is just a 44 inches wide backing, and this one was from our Bed of Roses collection. And we have one more question for you guys. I hope you paid attention. Did you like the tree that I made with you? I hope you did. Did you pay attention how many blues did I have in my trees? How many blue fabric do you need to make one tree?
Love
All
that
right,
question.
this is a tricky one. Yes.
I do.
Yes. Yeah, and somebody's gonna get a great gift from me. It's gonna be our Low Quilts Club and our Low Frontier and our Frontier pattern and a kit from our Low Quilts Club. All right.
And while we wait for that, I do have one more question that came in for you. And this one is both about a block of the month and Alaska. Laura was wondering if I'd like to do the Alaska block of the month, would you recommend getting templates to mark the points?
Well, if you're getting the Alaska block of the month, with your first month, we send out the low stencils for marking your points. So you don't need it, but I think you need Alaska ruler for all of the other fun projects. And when you have Alaska ruler, it's always easy to use it if you need to mark the points or cut it or trim it. So to me, having those Alaska ruler is perfect for any projects. Do you need it for the block of the month? No, because we got you, girl. With our blocks of the month, I think of just about everything you possibly can do. So if you need the templates, I make sure they are there. If not, I let you know that you need to purchase them. Backing, we give you a coupon. Signed up with our block of the month to experience the best blocks of the month, because we pre-cut, we take care of you, we make sure you get the most beautiful colors. If there is something that you're missing, we send you another piece. If you lost it in your sewing room and then 3 weeks later you call us that you found it, no problem. We are one of the best block of the month providers in quilting industry by far, thanks to our girls and thanks to our girls that pre-cut, package, and think of you as a customer. What would you like the most?
Yes, and we do have an answer, and I actually have only seen one correct answer so far.
Wow!
So congratulations to, let me check.
And that one was tricky.
It was tricky. Susan Anderton got it correct. The answer is 9 because it's 8 for the tree and another blue for the tree trunk.
Yes.
So to make
you
your
needed
tree,
9 pieces.
Blue. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
And-
congratulations.
So a lot of people are going to be short fabrics on that one right now.
We've got plenty on our website.
Yes.
And I'm sure you have scraps. But one last question. And so that was Susan Anderton that answered that correctly.
I love that. For the green tree, you only needed 8 green fabric and 1 brown, but I thought we make a tricky question because it's a nice door prize and we're gonna be shipping it to our winners. So thank you so much. Do we have any questions for me today?
I know we briefly touched over it, but we still have questions coming in. Can you go over the quilts behind you one more time, and specifically the cute one with the bunny?
Oh, so this is one of my all the quilts called Hop to It. There's 12 applique blocks in it. It was a book. We do not have the book anymore. We will release this as a pattern, and it's just a simple fun applique. And for the setting pieces, I did a quarter square triangle from batiks and printed fabric, and it's one of my favorites. I love those older scrappy quilts, and I cannot wait for that presentation in Tennessee because it's scrappy quilts. So I'm gonna tap into a lot of those older pieces that you usually don't get to see it. And this one is our Babcha quilt. And this one is so nice, made with Twinkle collection. And on this side, I have our Valley Range, and behind me, Alaska. And on the border, you can see it up there. I used, this is like all different scraps, plus some modern fabrics, some wovens, all different fun stuff that I found it in my stash. Some of the fabrics are not mine. They're just stuff that I absolutely love. And then on the border, I put my first collection with Andover called Blue Sky Collection, that it's beautiful. Do we have any other questions?
That was it.
Thank you so much, guys. We had a wonderful show with you. I hope you learned something fun and exciting, and I can't wait for next week. And that cute little star, we need to come up with a cute name for that star. I'm gonna go research what is the traditional name, but maybe we name it after the girl that asked about it. That would be fun. Yeah.
Pamela.
Pamela Star.
Pamela Star.
Pamela. Okay. That would be wonderful. So for now, it's going to be Pamela Star. And thank you so much for watching the show. Please remember, give us thumbs up. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook, as well as TikTok. If you would like to email us, if you want to learn something new and exciting. And I can't wait for next week's show. We're going to do some fun stars next week. I'm super excited for that. Happy quilting and have a wonderful weekend.